Alright guys, it's Minato here. Dokkan is very dead. So I have to make up some content for you all, and I had a pretty good idea, I feel. So as you see, I have the JP timeline pulled up for 2021, the 6th anniversary timeline. And what we're going to do based off, of course, the video title is I'm going to go over every single Dokkanfest and LR that had released throughout that year. And I'm going to talk about, a few, one, two, maybe even three changes I would make to each of these characters in order to make them more relevant in terms of the current 200% meta. Now, I feel like a good reason for this is because they made a lot of these characters and a lot of them did kind of fall flat because of the power creep jump that we've had. So I feel like they could have definitely designed some of these characters better and everything like that. So we're going to go through here. Again, we'll see how this goes. Let me know what you guys think of the video, of course. And I am also going to exclude Dokkanfest EZAs. If you guys want to see me do this for Dokkanfest EZAs as well, even LR EZAs, let's say UI Goku Awakening in this celebration, let me know. I feel like if I did all of them together, the video would get way too long, but let's just hop right into it and start with, of course, the 6th anniversary. So, of course, the 6th anniversary starts off with LR Ultra Instinct Goku and LR Blue Evolution Vegeta. So, we're going to start off with UI Goku himself. This guy was very powerful when he came out. Now, I will say, compared to the other units on this list, I feel like this guy has aged pretty well. That's because of this right here. The great chance to evade enemies' attack. 70% dodge chance is like... Dodge isn't necessarily a mechanic that ages. It's like probably never going to really age unless all bosses end up disabling evasion, which I feel like that's not really going to happen. So I could see even like in 2-3 years, you could throw this guy on a team as like a 7th or 6th, 7th option, right? And then he just start dodging, right? He gives himself a lot of key. He's just overall like his design is to dodge, and he does that very well. Because it's a 70% chance, right? It's not too often you'll get screwed over. Now, what I would do to fix this guy in terms of the current meta right now and make him a little more relevant, there's not much I would really change. I think could be something major that you could change. This is 30% defense within the same turn after evading an attack. This is only once, right? So we've seen characters like Chilai right now. Chilai came out very recently. She's shattering the limit. I don't know if there's a way I could actually bring up Chilai. I could probably by going here, but I want to at least show the example. Chilai, right? She's a unit that does get permanent, I think, 39% defense with each attack she does evade, right? And she has a 70% chance to evade. And she's doing a lot of these extra things. So I think what they could do for this UI Goku is make him build up defense permanently. Now, even then, he would become it would be absurd how much better he would become based off of that, but at least at the time he released, right now, honestly, it would be a big enough difference, so you could probably even tank some of these normal attacks, given you get some dodges off. Obviously, you could still get unlucky and just doesn't dodge a super attack and eats and dies, right? That's fine, but I think the revive is fair. This maybe high chance at most, but I don't know. I think overall his kit is fine. There's not really much changes I would make to this guy specifically. Now this dude is a much different story. LR Blue Evolution Vegeta. This sucks. There's like, they went out of their way to just make this guy kind of weird. I don't know what they're thinking with some of these design choices. I mean, I feel like obviously the biggest part here, the damage reduction, it either should have stayed, like once it built up, it's fully built up, or it should have just been at the start of turn 40%, or maybe make it start at 20%, then go up to 40-50%. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. I never liked he has to build up the damage reduction every single turn. Very dumb design. I think his revive is actually still probably one of the easier revives to get in the game, so that's fine. And then obviously give him the Super Saiyan Link, and that's really, again, it's very small changes you have to make to some of these characters. Like this guy, if he had just flat 40-50% damage reduction, he'd be really good, at least at the time he came out, because look at his defense stat. You can get him to, with equipment, you can get him up to over 17,000 defense, right? I mean, with the 150% start of turn, that's fine, right? Maybe add defense raise for one turn on a super attack effect. That's really it. I will change. It's just unfortunate. This just makes them fall so flat, and it's just very sad. So next we have, of course, if we go to part 2 here, I guess I have to switch over to February. Part 2, we did have the LR17 Universe 7 unit, and then the LR Golden Friesen 17. Now this unit's kind of weird to say what changes I would make to him, because it seems very, very consistent in what they want to do. At least, it's very clear that they wanted this to be very themed, one team centric unit, right? And it's like, okay, on this Universe 7 team, this unit is pretty insane. If I would say a change I would make them more viable slot 1, right? Because they give this buff, and I think this is like the first instance of someone giving crit chance and super attack effect. I think it might even be the only instance where a unit gives crit chance 7% on super attack effects. This is a very potent effect as well. They are like a slot 2 unit, kind of, right? I mean, they could technically be ran a slot 1, but they really wanted a super attack to get this defense boost at the time they came out, right? Maybe give them 7% damage reduction per Universe 7 category ally in the team, right? That could be cool. Or, I mean, because they wanted to stick with this theme, so I think I completely understand that. Maybe some way to make Rainbow Key Spheres as well could be interesting. I think the active skill's fine. Again, you can kind of tell what they were going with from this unit. But even though they had really strong offenses and pretty nice defenses once they attacked especially, I just think that obviously they fall flat because, of course, they're restricted to this team. I mean, I guess the best way to change them would be to make them not restricted to this team. But what team would they be based around as well? I guess because all these teams kind of suck. Even Joined Forces, right? We got a new leader finally recently, but it's like, I mean, that could have been based around Joined Forces. I think that could have been fine. That's really it, though. This unit kind of obviously died off, I think, more because of their teams rather than their passive itself, but it do be like that. Now, this unit, I think, had a lot of potential. Unfortunately, the reason they fell flat is because it's similar to the LR Blue Evolution Vegeta, where their damage reduction and crit reset each turn. I don't think that had to be the case. I should have just built up to like a solid, number. This unit could have been really good for long events, but they just kind of didn't really make them like that. I mean, easy change this to stacking defense, right? Or at least add defense for on turn of the super attack effects, and then keep the damage reduction, and that's all I would do, and they would become super, super powerful, I think, at that point. At least, considering at the time they released. Maybe right now they wouldn't be that great. I don't know, because even with the let's say they built up to like 40% damage reduction and they stacked defense, with this buff here, then once they get their active skill off on that turn, they could be quite solid defensively, considering they have like Tough as Nails, Brainiacs, right? They have a good amount of these defensive links here. Like, these two are very strong defense links, so I could have seen them become very interesting. That's what I would do for them personally. Next, we have Goten Kid and then Trunks Kid. This is, of course, the next Dokkan Festival exclusive after the anniversary. They came out in March on March 4th, right before Same Day, essentially. This unit is kind of similar to the Universe 17 unit, where it's like, you tell they want you to run it with all these Goten and Trunks units, and I think that's fine. If I were to make a change to this unit, I would say make them raise defense for the turn. That's really it, right? It would probably make them stupid, probably more stupid than they should be at release. Considering how hard they hit at release, their defense was pretty solid. They had the dodge chance, but that's what I would really do. Or additionally, you could have made them guaranteed dodge during this turn. I mean, I don't know, because they already get the 30% dodge chance. Maybe make the dodge chance be built up higher to like 50% instead of this. One of those two things. Increase their defensive viability, because no matter what, they're always gonna because the thing is that this unit wants to be ran next to Goten and Trunks, right? And that's I think the biggest reason why they fell off, because Goten and Trunks just aren't really good, right? At least right now, at least in the game. So in terms of them aging right now, they wouldn't have really aged that well. But if they had like some workaround around that. Like maybe they're consistent defensively even without the Goten and Trunks on the team, right? Because they need the Goten and Trunks to really build this up, or something like that. Which I'm fine with, but I guess best case scenario, greatly raise attack and defense for the turn on their unit super, or yeah, that's pretty much it, right? I mean, you can't really do much to this unit. You can tell they want a specific thing, and again, this unit, there's not much you have to do to change them to make them good. Now, in Broly, I think, is a unit that was very well designed, and even right now, he's still viable in a lot of this content. Especially, you know, I found that he's pretty good against Cell Max, right? This guy could be a pretty nice unit against Cell Max, even though he's not a pure Saiyan, the Hybrid Saiyan. The issue for this unit right now is that there's not really pure Saiyan and Hybrid Saiyan category enemies. So I'm not sure if they would really have changed this, because at the time, pure Hybrid Saiyans category enemies were very, very rampant. Now, what I would do to this guy is, honestly, I probably would just straight up get rid of this. Raising attack. I get, you know, why he raises attack, but the thing is that raising defense by itself would be 30%, right? So if they made this 20%, got rid of it, and then just kept this as 30%, the amount of stats that he would probably gain over time, it would be such a drastic difference. An extra 10% defense per super attack, considering he could do 3-4 super attacks per turn. That would lead up to being quite a nice large difference, especially with the damage reduction there. Additionally, maybe they give 18% attack and defense on super attack, and they add those to here instead, so that he gets a multiplicative boost in his passive. That'd be it. Or a very easy fix as well. Berserker, make that big bad bosses. And then he'd actually work well on his leader skill. Because, like, I always found it stupid he was a movie bosses lead. And then he's like the only unit that doesn't have big bad bosses on that team. So it's like he's not really a good leader for the movie bosses team. I never liked his movie bosses team because of that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Broly's pretty good already. But no, oh boy. Her issue is that she doesn't have really partners. I think one big thing about her is that she has additional super attack guarantee, which is nice. But she still should have given herself ki. Maybe give her like a support passive, right? If Gohan's on the team, like let's say there's Gohan Teen, Ultimate Gohan, or Great Saiyaman, right? There's a Gohan on the team. She gives 3 ki, 58% defense to all ice. Like they have to make her good like that, right? It's Videl. She doesn't have good linking partners. She's on a small amount of teams. She had to be overpowered, right? And they did make her very strong, especially offensively. But I think they could have given her a little more, especially like in order to help her work around with some of these units, right? I mean, Tech Gohan reading right now is still pretty good, and Tech Gohan would be on Buu Saga, Bond, Parent, and Child. Is Tech Gohan on Defenders of Justice? He is, isn't he, right? So he'd be under her team as well, right? Yeah, there it is. So it wouldn't be really that hard to give her something like that. I think that could have worked out pretty well. Maybe, yeah, I mean, I think one issue with her is that she wants to get hit and then dodge. So the thing is that at this point, I think one good thing that they did make with her though is at the time she could be random slot 1. Now she can't be, but they made this right here. 58% attack and then high chance of evading as a third attacker in the turn. I think I definitely like that. But they removed her additional super attack. So that's why I'm like, you know, maybe the defense support could have evened her out. I feel like you can get away with running Videl even now, but the issue is that she wants to be in control like that. Also, this active skill making her lose defense is stupid. That's pretty much it, right? I mean, Videl, she's kind of a weird unit. KPI Minosha, easy fix. Make this stack up to something and then they keep the damage reduction. Super easy fix, right? They're already a pretty interesting support unit. Maybe make this a high chance, and then everything else is fine, I think, really, because they're put next together AGL Tapion. They're a very strong rotation, I feel like, back when they came out. They weren't really going to be on many teams to begin with. They haven't even gotten a new team since when they came out. But if they made them more consistent defensively, I think that could be really good. Especially with this. This is still probably one of the most powerful active skill effects in the game. You could probably even argue it's the most powerful active skill effect in the game. Because we have the support for 2 turns, active skill support for 2 turns with the key. And then this, like if you're locked or sealed by your characters, if you get this off, you just simply say no. So like imagine this guy against Cell Max. He just gets rid of your lock, then he gives supports to all your units. That could be very, very good, right? But I don't know if they're scared of this unit or what, but yeah. I mean, I guess I should have been going along there. We're all the way in April already, right? So if we keep scrolling down, I believe we get to the GT Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta here. Which, I think, again, these units were actually pretty well designed as well. There's not really much I would change to their kit specifically. I think even Vegeta right now, he's actually still pretty solid. He can be used against, you know, Cell Max, for example, I think is a pretty good option. You could use him. Basically anything except for Cooler Core, I think you can get away with this guy in. Because he's an orb changer, he gets all this defense on super attack. I think one thing maybe you could do about him is, if you really want to make him great for right now, make this 180% defense, or get rid of the attack here and make him just defense, right? You know, opposite to Goku. His active skill not hitting hard. Oh, they can make him crit in the active skill, I think, guaranteed. That could be cool. I think I would like that, because his active skill just doesn't hit hard as all, right? Or they make him like, okay, what if they do this, right? They get rid of the attack here and then just make him fully defense on super. 20% defense per keysphere and super attack would be insane. Then they make him greatly stack attack and then raise defense 1 turn. Then the active skill guarantee crits. That's how they would make him good now. Maybe that's a bit too much for this unit that came out in 2021, in the middle of 2021, right? But something along those lines, right? I think the most important thing though is make his defense even better, and then he'd be absurd even right now. I think I would like that a lot. Goku's issue, he was a little too much offensively built. I think they should have given him defense per keysphere on a super attack, or at least make this like 180% attacking defense like Vegeta. At the time, this man was hitting harder than a lot of these units, right? He's doing like 10 mil attack stats with Rainbow Orb changing, and his defense was enough to tank normals against a lot of these, like, you know, Super Battle Red bosses even. So this guy was good. He had a very good link set, very good leader skill, right? There's not too much I would change at the time that he came out. No, in terms of retrospective, he just gets hit way too hard. So he should have had a defense on super attack like Vegeta. That's really it though. He at least gets this, which is cool, but yeah, that's pretty much it for Goku. Now we have Super 17. Super 17 is an interesting unit because he just sucked, kind of. Well, he was good, but he had a terrible design. You could probably make like a billion changes to this guy. And we give him super attack effects, like good ones, please. Raising defense on super for 1 turn. Make his damage reduction, like, his damage reduction is so stupid. Reduces damage received by 17% and additional attack plus 17% for 3 turns. After the turn which he receives an attack. Absolutely stupid. Guaranteed key. Make this guaranteed key. Give him the absorption mechanic that 19 and 20 had. This is fine, I guess, right? This is fine as well. That's really it. Make them get more damage reduction. Maybe up to, screw it, 36% damage reduction. Like, so, let's say. Okay, got it. 70% reduction if there's an androids category ally attacking in the same turn. Then another 70% if there's a target Goku attacking in the same turn, right? Bam. Easy. 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 That's all I had to do. And then get rid of this. Just get rid of this whole entire thing. Guarantee key per attack received. Then the absorption mechanic. And this guy would be cracked, right? Good super attack effects. Like, this is a unit that you have to like make a billion changes to. Because I'm sorry, I said like 1, 2, 3 changes. This unit's entire kit has to be like redone. Yeah. This poor 17, man. We have Kid Gohan. I think Kid Gohan's pretty good. If I had to change anything about this, make this larger, and then make this when attacking. Yeah, I would like that. So like, plus additional attack and defense plus 58%. If there's another, what would they do? I mean, I guess it makes sense. That's heavenly events, right? What if they make it like Bond of Master and Disciple? instead. Or bonded parent and child even. Well, actually this category isn't even out. Something like that. Or maybe Heavenly Events or Goku Family. That could be really cool as well, right? Yeah. I mean, something among those lines, just to make that a larger effect. Or even just 50% attacking defense when attacking. That's pretty much all I would do, right? This guy's already good right now. If they give him that multiplicative attacking defense buff, and then he's stacking defense, like permanently, he would be nasty. Or give him like an additional somewhere. And that's it. This guy even right now is even still runnable. The issue is that, you know, you can run him on the Goku Family team with the Goku/Gohan leader because they are Heavenly Events. But at this point, he needs, I think, that Heavenly Events buff to really, really be effective. But you can still get away with him in some of this content, right? Especially in these slow stacking up teams. He can be quite good, especially with how powerful his active skill is. Very, very nice. Or, what if they went crazy? Make him get guard for the rest of the battle. That would be something that would... Yeah, that could be like just one singular change. Make this permanent instead of one turn. And then everything else is the same and he's still good right now. Very, very powerful. But you know how they're scared of guard stacking units? So there's no way they would do that. Especially after Tech Gohan, man. This unit, I think the more issue with this unit is that they didn't have a partner until recently. So I guess one thing I would do to them is... I don't even know. Because they had a good design already. I like their design a lot. It just didn't have a partner. Maybe, again, like Vidal, add some kind of a supporting ability. So that they're able to actually be around on some of these teams that they might not link the best in. Maybe not they don't necessarily have to give key. Giving key would be nice. Like, what if they took 2 key away from this and then made them support 2 key 30% attack and defense to all allies? That would be sick. I think something like that would be pretty good. And that's what I have to do with this unit specifically. Because they had pretty good stats. Even right now, their stats aren't like the worst. Because they have like a bunch of multiplicative stats in here. But I guess maybe make this one 59%. And that's it, right? I mean, yeah. Tech Gogeta came out right at the end of basically May, start of June here. They came out June 30th. Actually, no, at the end of June, my bad. I'm quite silly, aren't I? At the end of June here. I honestly think this unit was made pretty good. The only thing that would change is probably their fusion condition. Make it when they're at low HP. And then, yeah. Or then increase their damage reduction here to like 50%. And then that's all I would change. Because the thing with this unit is that you'll see the super attack. So like even now, you're just going to float them off on the team. You'll get the scouter, and then you know where all the supers are. So you're not going to necessarily place this unit where the super attack is. So as long as they're able to tank normals, which I think giving them 50% reduction would allow that, that'd be sick. Maybe make the damage reduction just not turn restricted either, like 50% reduction, and that's it, like no turn restriction. That'd be sick, right? And like get rid of the, where do they have this? They have a high chance to, yeah, great chance to perform a good crit. Get rid of this. We don't need this. Give them 50% reduction here instead. And then have them have the scouter right here. I think that would be really, really good for them. The base form, doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess you could just make them guaranteed orb change. That's fine. The base form isn't really supposed to be that great. It's just supposed to be a unit that could be there early on, which I feel like they perform very well early on, especially. So, yeah. Make their fusion under 70% HP, I guess. And then you're cooking with this unit for sure. LR Physical Janemba. The issue with this unit is, as it's always been, he wants to be in slot 2 to build up. I mean, back then when he came out, it wasn't necessarily that bad. But now you can kind of see it rear its ugly head. If they had him built up in slot 1 and 2 as well, I think that would be really good. I don't really care that he can't guard in slot 3. Like, it sucks that he can't really guard in slot 3 like that. But it's not like a game changer. I mean, if we just wanted to fix this unit, get rid of this, and then get rid of this. And then they're still nice, right? Maybe give him defense raise and 1 turn on super. Like, it's very simple things you have to fix for a lot of these units. But I think that would be good for this unit for sure. Super Vegetas next on. Okay. This unit was designed for Super Battle Road. I think he's still good for Super Battle Road. The issue is that we've shifted over to Red Zone, so that's a whole different thing. Unfortunately, there's not, like, the thing is that this unit, for their intent of their design, was designed for Red Zone, and I think they're still good for Red Zone. I mean, not Red Zone. What the hell was I saying? Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road. I think they're still good for Extreme Super Battle Road. So it's like hard to say what I would change about them. I mean, okay. This is probably what I would change. Make this. They have to have. Okay, this would be stupid. But what if he like guarded all attacks before receiving an attack, right? So like, let's say you put him in slot 1, he guards before he attacks, and after he attacks, he loses the guard. That would be one change I would make in order to help him get this full buff, and it would keep him like a very strong permanent Super Battle Road unit. Because imagine he guards all attacks in slot 1, he just has to get hit once, and even now his defense with this up with this guard would be pretty solid. Then he stuns guaranteed, he crits guaranteed, and then he gets rid of some of the attacks that the enemies would do, and then maybe give him defense raise 1 turn. I think that'd be it, right? If you want to make him relevant now. Again, he's just, this unit design is not supposed to be for Red Zone. If you wanted to make him a Red Zone unit, you would have to change his design, I feel like, completely. So since this is like supposed to be like, you know, 1, 2, or 3 changes. I mean, I guess I said the same thing for like Super 17, but still, right? Or a similar thing, but I think you guys get my point. Now, if I had to make him more Red Zone viable, I would say, again, damage reduction, I guess, right? Could be interesting. Make him get some sort of dodge chance in slot 3 or something. I mean, yeah, it's just weird because this unit's kind of blank, right? He's very basic, so I think there's a lot of things you can do to add to this guy to make him different, but I think his design is fine for what he's intended to do right now, at the very least, right? You just want 1 or more 2 things. You just can't tank well enough, so really the only thing is that increases defense viability, and then he'd be a lot better. So next we do have, if we take a look here, the worldwide download celebration, which was LR Namek Goku, and then Full Power Frieza. This Full Power Frieza's issue is that he lost stats. So again, I feel like they're not gonna change that, because that's Frieza in the series. It matches with what he is in the series. Eventually he depowers, and then he's like, well, because you could tell, Goku said himself, when he went full power, he can't really control it. So his power level dropped down over the fight. What I would say is, at least keep attack and defense 50%. That'd be fine. I think this Frieza could actually see a turnaround if we do get more super class enemies, because he'll get extra attack, and then he crits guaranteed against Goku enemies. And at the time, I mean, it was like, what, GT Legendary Goku event, there was a lot of these Super Battle Roads where there's a lot of Goku enemies, right? And yeah, that's pretty much all I would change. I think this guy had a very nice design. I guess, again, similar to Super Vegeta, make him have some sort of defensive utility if you are going to put him in slot 1. But what if you had, like, for the first 4 turns, some sort of damage reduction or guard or something, so that he could build up this defense, and then you could comfortably put him in slot 1 after that. That would be my idea. At least, you know, at the time it came out. Right now, it wouldn't be really the same. I mean, yeah, that's what I would say. I think this unit overall was designed very well, because especially since his active skill is 12k raising attack, he gets multiple of those. His active skill does end up hitting him very hard. His defense stacking goes very well because he's a lot of defense links. He had a lot of support on his team. I think this Frieza was fine. I wouldn't really change much about him. Maybe, additionally, make him build up ki, even if there's not a super class enemy. Just because right now it's all extreme class, right? That's the only issue, the biggest issue with this guy, I feel. Namek Goku. He had his highs and lows. I think right now he's in a very solid spot overall. So the thing I would change about him is I would, I mean, maybe change this a little to expand upon it, because like there's not really gonna be many Frieza enemies. I get the part of this though, so maybe they wouldn't really change it. I mean, what if they make Frieza crit against Pure Saiyans, and then Goku crit against Wicked Bloodline? And then right now, especially against all these Wicked Bloodline enemies, he would be very, very powerful, like, you know, Terrifying Conquerors or something, right? This Goku's issue is that, again, just like Frieza, you couldn't really put him in slot 1 and some of these red zone fights because he would get creamed. So, like, again, maybe for the first 4 turns in slot 1, he guards or has 59% damage reduction. And then that will allow you to build up his defense. And then by the time you get to, like, the sections of the fights, you know, where he's already built up, you can put him comfortably in slot 3, or he has enough defense to at least take the normals. That could be cool, right? I think that's fine from there. Yeah, I mean, because right now, this Nabogoku, he has his places where you can run him. There's a lot of, like, red zone fights that are long or short and stuff like that, so I think I'm perfectly fine there. So, yeah, this Nabogoku has definitely glowed up, especially with Cell Max's release. He's a killer there, for sure. So next we have Gohan and Krillin. Again, this unit, another issue with them is that their design wasn't necessarily bad, it's just that they had no partners. So what I would change for them is, I think their, you know, battle costume thing is interesting. I like this. They can consistently reach their 24 ki. What I would do for them is when they do this, they have the different 30% chances to dodge. Make that just an overall 50% chance. So 2 separate 30% chances. I think that was stupid. Maybe make this guaranteed. And I think that unit could be cooking from there. Is what I'd say. Because he has the medium chance dodge, you know, before attacking. Then it's a 30% dodge chance after super attacking. So because of that, it's separate, which is really stupid. So, yeah, I mean, that's really all I would do to change this unit specifically. Maybe give him like some kind of super battle road abilities, like stun chances or sealing or something. Just something interesting to separate them so that they at least have a spot. Because I feel like, in my opinion, this unit read more like a super battle rune unit because they have the dodging. You know, turn 3 is not hard to get there. And then this is supposed to be like, you know, from when you're actually in this longer content, because the costume change is for more super attacks. So maybe make this have some sort of long event kind of ability, or it's just something extra to make up for the fact that, you know, they will lose their super battle type abilities. Maybe that's my idea. Yeah. Vegeta Goku, I think this unit was actually like perfect. Funny enough, even right now this unit is pretty nice. Again, like I said, Cell Max is an interesting option. There's even the Frieza Wicked Bloodline stage, right? But they get the damage reduction here against the extreme class enemy is good. I guess the one issue with this unit is that the links change so much, but that's not something you could really like do much about. Yeah, I really like this unit. I wouldn't change anything about them. I think even right now they're pretty solid. I'm gonna guess make this greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn. That's something that Goku gets once he transforms. That could make this unit's defense a little more consistent. Maybe just add something extra like, I don't know, key support or crits somewhere in the kit could be cool. That's really all I would change. This unit is just very well designed. What can I say? The revive is super easy to get with them too. I like this unit a lot. This Vegeta Goku, I'm sure many people would agree. So next, we finished the Worldwide Celebration. Dude, we're already 30 minutes in. 34. Count Caulifla. I'll try to pick this up a little. Count Caulifla is fine. I think that they just build up too slow. Cut their build up time in half, and then that could be way better for them. Yeah, that's basically it. Just cut their build up time in like half. This unit would become so much better. Them stacking attack and defense. Maybe make this a high chance of becoming a super. Because the issue is that they give all these units like additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. But then let's like they design them and the fact that they're like almost always going to get the super attack off, when in reality they don't, so they end up looking a little underwhelming. Now, other than that, I think the unit's fine. They have a 60% heal for free, very easy to get. Maybe they could have just kept stacking here. I think that might not have really been an issue to give them that. Maybe give them defense here, and that could be pretty interesting. But yeah, other than that, just make their stats, like their stats starting off low, I don't have an issue with. Just make them build up faster. That's all I would change actually about them. So make this like 12% per attack, you know, performed right, and that would be really, really strong. Add defense here. They even have to stack here, and I think that would be more than enough. Maybe make them an orb changer. That could be cool. But yeah, this unit has a very clear purpose. You throw them on the team for the heal, and then they could survive normals, and that's really it. They have the dodge chance, what, 50% chance to dodge here too, so that can come in clutch. I think this unit ended up being fine. But yeah, make him build faster. We had LR God Goku in hit. This unit's issue again is that they've never really got a partner. Universe Survival Saga team sucked, and honestly, this is still bad right now. This unit has potential, so I don't even want to say like what I would necessarily change to make them relevant, because we don't even know how good they're gonna be right now. I guess the one thing I would do for them is this high chance to dodge didn't activate before they attack. Make that activate before they attack in slot 1. And then make this when attacking, because it activates when they're attacking anyways, I believe. It might. Or make it activate like how Vegeta and Trunks activates in slot 1 even before they attack. Something like that. Because it's something that they fixed recently, where the first or second attacker, the buff still didn't activate until after you attacked anyways. So it was kind of stupid, like if you have them in slot 1. So if they fix that, this unit would have become a lot better, I think, in that situation. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. The high chance to dodge in slot 1, I think, would be pretty good. Enough to run them in slot 1 like that. And this is fine. I mean, I guess you could add defense here. Sure, I think that'd be okay with that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They could also triple super there. They hit very hard in the third slot, so that was pretty important. This is permanent. Oh yeah, I guess changing this, at least just remove the HP restriction or remove the super attack restriction. One of those two, because that was a little too much for them, but yeah. And that, you know, the issue with him is that there's no partners, right? We have this boy. You can talk a lot about this boy. I'm just going to make it quick and simple. Make him stack defense, and even right now he'd be good, I think. If he stack defense, 30% stacks, and then he gets like 2-3 super attacks per turn. This unit, I don't know what they were thinking. Just make him not get stats when attack or defense down. Make him like build up, like get additionals, build up stats when he attacks, kind of like AGO Ginyu did. Like make him like a baby Ginyu. I think that could be interesting. But yeah, I don't want to go too far into this. This guy does have a 70% chance to crit too, and he guaranteed crits in the first attack. That's pretty cool. But yeah, just make his stats not locked behind super battle abilities, since he has to attack 6 times. That's so stupid. And make this 5 attacks, because then you could transform him instantly in turn 3 maybe. But yeah, other than that, that's all I would change for this Trunks. It's, again, so minimal changes you have to make for these units to become really good, but this Trunks, just because hybrids, you know, didn't really survive that well in the next year meta, he just kind of fell flat like a lot of these other hybrid units. We have God Trunks. I decided to put God Trunks in here just because, you know, I guess, why not put God Trunks in here? It's basically a Dokkan festival, quote unquote, right? I wouldn't really change too much about him though. You could tell, again, his clear purpose is to be the god of the heroes team. But I think they could have given him a little more there. Just like make it so that when there's a full heroes rotation, you guarantee crits. Give him some additionals. Something extra, right? Like he has this high chance to crit here, which is fine, I guess. Maybe that's why I didn't give him something like that, but yeah, I mean, yeah, he was good on the heroes team. That's what his design was supposed to be. But the issue with that is that, you know, I brought this up when he came out even. Now the heroes team is not really that great right now, so he's just kind of dead. But then the heroes team is going to become good again, so he's going to, you know, get buffed like that, kind of. Maybe make this a 50% raise instead. And I could, honestly, at the end of the day, I wouldn't really make much changes to this guy. His link set's kind of weird though. But that's pretty much it. Maybe if they extended this like Dragon Ball Heroes or Vegeta's family or Time Travelers, that would be the change I would make to this guy, just to make him flexible on some other teams. Well, the tech androids. So this is funny. There's one change I would make to them. I think they're good right now. They're pretty powerful right now. But how to make the change? Make this, instead of a random key sphere, make it like STR tech. Or not tech, I guess it can't be tech. STR AGL, just a concise key sphere. That way, what you could do is set up key spheres for them, and then you could more consistently get a bunch of key spheres. Let's say you get a bunch of STR key spheres on the field. They change STR to tech. You have like 12 STR keys, tech key spheres in the field because you set it up on the previous turn. That could be good. The only reason why this could be potentially be worse than random is if you enter a new phase with them, and then there's no like of those STR key spheres in the field when they could have technically changed like 5 tech. 5 like random AGL key spheres on the side, and then you get a bunch of tech instead. But I think that since that situation may be less likely to happen than you being able to set up the key spheres, or make them like a double key sphere changer. That probably would be too good, but that's all I would change, and then they'd be pretty good. Or yeah, what if they like change random key sphere to tech, and then change another type of key sphere to rainbow? Like imagine, or like AGL to tech, then STR to rainbow. That'd be nasty, but that'd be what they would need, because I think their stats without the 8 key spheres, this extra defense is so important for them, I feel. And if they get the extra 80% defense, that's a huge difference for them. This unit came after them, obviously. What I would change about this unit here? Just make their damage reduction higher. I think that's it. Yeah, make their damage reduction higher. And then maybe give them something more. They just need more. That's all I could say. They just need more stats. Again, make this... Honestly, they should have been like a double key sphere changer, because they need 8 key spheres, bro. That's asking for a lot of key spheres. Either a certain typing or just a double rainbow key sphere changer. Because they're asking for way too much. And then make the buffs higher. Or make this requirement lower. They probably won't though, because obviously the whole design is 5/8 Gohan. So just make them a double key sphere changer. And then that would fix them like a lot. This Gohan, I mean, he's fine. His defense is still not that great after he revives, even unfortunately now at this point. So what they would need to do for him is just, honestly, what if they make this 158% defense? Yeah, or they make him raise defense on a super attack. Because, okay, yeah, I know what I would do. Make him keep the aura changing first off, and then he gets this, and then make him greatly raise attack defense for one turn in both. Okay, that would be what they need to do. Or make him like an orb changer, rainbow orb changer instead. Because he doesn't need a specific key sphere type. And then with that, this would be a lot better, I think. You know, his defense would get a lot better. He wouldn't be slot 1 unit, unfortunately, but he'd be a very strong, like, slot 2-3 unit for sure. Yeah, because this unit needs AGL key spheres, right? I mean, I guess just get rid of the AGL key sphere requirement, make him a rainbow orb changer here too. And that's it. This unit, very close to being good, but they are right before major power group, so that sucks. Kid Buu was fine. He just needs a new partner. I think even if he gets a new partner right now, he'll be good. Maybe make this better. Like, great chance of nullifying unarmed super attacks. Make that just better, and then that's all I would change. Yeah, in my opinion anyways. Because this unit design was pretty good. He just never got the partner he needed. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is the same thing. Maybe make his transformation just turn 3. Get rid of the HP restriction. It's fine. And then I think even right now, when he came out, he's very, very powerful. There's not much else you need to change about this guy. I mean, if they really wanted to make him that good, add defense here. Attack and defense 50%. That'd make him... His defense would be even... Like his defense right now is still, like, fine. But that would make his defense, like, at the current... You know, he's almost going to be a year old. It'd make it a lot better, so... Yeah, dude, we finally got through all of this. Goodness, man. So, yeah, long video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.